And I can remember, like I said, Conley was a maximum unit, a lot going on Conley, that I was exposed to. And I can remember, though, getting transferred to the Ferguson unit. And I can remember coming up that back slab, and you come up that back slab, that back piece of pavement, and you enter the shower. And I can remember coming up that walk and thinking to myself, I'm looking around, and I'm like, man, this is it. Look at where I done got myself into. You know what I'm saying? And I'm, remember something my grandmother used to say to me often, the bed you make, lie in it. And this is something that I landed myself there. My bad decisions landed me with a life sentence, and landed me in that predicament. And now here I was, 22 years of age, hadn't been off the street too long, and I was walking into not only a maximum security penal institution, but the Gladiator maximum security penal institution. And, yeah, so what I'm talking about, and many others know what I'm talking about. But I remember walking in, entering the back gates, the back doors, and you walk right into the laundry. And very quickly, they hand you a mattress, they're asking you your size, and they giving you some clothes. And the whole time you going through these formalities, you got people on the sideline looking at you, sizing you up. What is he out of D-Town? He out of Houston. He out of Austin. He out of Waco. Well, he looked like he got a shag. He looked like he got a fade. He out of Houston. And they sizing you up real quickly. You know what I'm saying? So, you trying to hold your composure and look, the part, like you ready for the part, what's ahead, and you going through and, people are checking you out and you checking them out and you like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And they like, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? And right there, you can feel the tension, you can feel the aggression, but it's at that point, at that moment, that you either fixing to be a hunter or the hunted. You see what I'm saying? And from there, man, it was just a speedily race, man. It just took off from there. When you grab your mat, and I'm not saying nothing that you don't know, and I'm not trying to glamorize any of it, but you grab your mat, you go to classification, they tell you where you're housed at. And yourself, depending on where you're housed, determines the depth of the jungle that you're fixing to enter. They give you a job, and they tell you you're assigned to the whole squad, which was the field squad, to those that don't know the terminology. And then you may be given a blessing, given an opportunity. You might go into the kitchen. You might go into the laundry, just various jobs. But the majority of us, young in age, energetic, full of energy, they send us to the fields, the whole squad. And in the fields, we go out, turn out two halves, in the morning till noon, come in, get something to eat, take a quick little whatever it is you got to do, and you're going back out the door. You know what I'm saying? And, at that age, and being new to the prison system, I really didn't know anything about the fields. I just knew stay in line. You know what I'm saying? Back then, you get out of line, you mess that line up because it had to be a straight line from the head row to the tail row. And you get out of line, there was consequences. Could be costly. The field officers, field bosses, they used to turn their head and kind of let his lead grow and his tail row. They were trusted. It's trusted people to keep that line, to keep that squad, in line. And he kind of turned his head and let them do what they had to do. And oftentimes, man, you're looking up at that sun, and they singing this caterings, and your mind is playing tricks on you, and your mind is still on the free world. But the reality is, you standing in the middle of nowhere at 110 degrees, and you better stay in line. And yeah, and that's the truth of it. So from there, Hollywood, like I say, man, it was real quick. You get taught a real quick lesson of prison one-on-one. And a lot of guys today, I watch the news often and I see the little guys out here today, and I kind of feel sorry for them, which is really a part of my mission coming out, to try to speak to these guys and share the real with them in hopes of, if nothing but one, in hopes of deterring them from going down the same path that I took, that you took, and that many other brothers that we know that serve life sentences, 20, 30, 40, whatever it is. When you hit a unit like Ferguson, you can be given 2 years and it can be turned into 2 years of hell. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no definite that you're going to make it out of that unit. you know. So I'm out here, I'm on a mission, Hollywood, and I thank you, man, for this invite, you know, this opportunity. I thank God first and foremost for granting me a second chance at life and instilling in me, you know, everything that I have inside that equipped me to take on this mission that I have right now, to go forward. And I'm trying to connect with some brothers of like minds, and let's move forward. You know, like they used to stay in the host squad. I step, you step. We all step. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to keep the line tight. I'm trying to keep my eye on the tail roll, and let's move forward, man, because we can do it. And this is where it starts, Hollywood. People like ourselves that not only know the way, go, but we lead the way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, once again, man, this is a privilege, man. This is a privilege.